Smith Center, which is the third time ever we've been 15-0 in this building, with 2005 and 2011.
I started, we had to wait. I know you guys probably had something you'd rather be doing, but it's fun for us. Fun for us to let the seniors save some things. It's a big time game. I don't know how many lead changes, but there were a lot of them. Steve and I just went over some of the things when the score was tied. The timeout before, I told Justin just take another split second, just get set a little bit more. And I think he did that, made the three at the top of the key, and that gave us a 3-point lead, and then we went up 6. They cut it back to 1, and I think that's when Joel Berry made a tough layup inside that. What was that, the left-handed? Yeah. Joel scored, what, 7 in a row? After that, you know, for us, we really wanted to do a much better job in the inside the paint area than we did over there, and I think we did that. We got them 44 to 26, points off offense, rebounds 15-5. But again, Joel Berry shooting 5 for 5 from 3-point line. Those of you who've been here all the time have always heard me talk about balance, and I think we had to have that. And needless to say, he's the only one that made one until Justin made that 3 at the top of the key. But Isaiah was big. We kept him out of foul trouble today. 21 points, 9 rebounds, and a missed dunk. I told him about that too. If you can't dunk, don't try. But I really believe you can. But it's a big time win, and said something to the crowd about we lost our first game of the conference season at Georgia Tech, and we did not play well. Our activity level was not there. Our focus was not there. Our effort was not there. Our brain was not there. But since then, we played pretty doggone well. And you know, a couple of teams, Miami, Duke, Miami, Virginia hit us right in the mouth, but we bounced back and played some better basketball after that. Our defense is very frustrating that we kept getting them on the free throw line. You know, they shoot 35 free throws. The other team shoots 14 more free throws than you do. That usually means you lose. But we were able to make some at the end when we got the lead. But our defense was good at times, but at times it was ugly, and they're an awfully powerful offensive team. That's all I got, guys. 23 lead changes. I even looked at the score about 3 or 4 times today.
Roy, what is the junior class meant to you guys, especially that they committed maybe at the height of the uncertainty with the investigation and stuff, the fact that they, you know, kind of looked past all of that and were committed to coming?
Well, the truth, I think, you can look at it because all the stuff or junk, that's what I call it all the time. It's been swirling for such a long time. They all 3 committed to us as juniors. And then they showed the faith to stick with us and trust me of what I was telling them, that it wouldn't affect their career. But they committed to us their junior year. We didn't get anybody else. And but those 3 guys stuck with us and again trusted us and had faith in what I was telling them, and told them all 3 at times that you have to have faith in somebody. I'm asking you to trust me that nothing's going to affect your basketball career. And so what they did was incredible. The fact that they're really good basketball players is something I'll always remember. But the way those kids stuck with us when a lot of people were throwing some negative things out there, those kids and their families stuck with us and believed in us, and that's pretty sweet. It hadn't been a lot of that, but those 3 kids did.
Roy, how much of that improvement inside from the first Duke game was, you know, related to Isaiah being in there tonight?
Well, you know, I said over there I didn't want to use it as an excuse, but we are better when Isaiah's playing and playing well. And needless to say, if you got 22 minutes played and score 21 points and have 9 rebounds, he's playing and playing well. But I screamed at him at one time when Jason Tatum takes one dribble and drives in and lays it up, you know, because it's a hard matchup, but he's good enough to do it. But he was big for us tonight, and that area of the court was big for us, and they did a better job over at their place than we did.
How big were Tony and Luke, and especially that stretch in the second half?
You know, it stretched there, I think, even around Justin's 3. Justin, I think Steve said this, he had 2 or 3 really good assists. I told him, I said, Luke got open because he set a great screen, and everybody was so focused on Justin. Justin threw him the ball for a layup. But both of them worked on the boards, and Tony jumped up, knocked in his free throw jumper. We work on every day in practice, and so they were big for us, yes. I think 8 and 8, is that what it was? Yeah, Tony had 8 points, Luke had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, and Luke even had 2 assists.
Roy, in the game over at Cameron, your team struggled to make enough plays down the stretch. That wasn't the case tonight. Did anything change? Is this some maturation?
Well, ball went in the basket. It was easier. You know, we did miss, I think Joel missed the free throw, but I think that's the only one that we missed down the stretch. So they made plays. You know, you have to give Duke credit, and Duke, they made plays and we didn't. So it wasn't just us not making plays. And tonight, I think we made some. To me, I think Justin's 3 and then Joel's, and I think it was the left-handed layup, but I'm not sure when it was cut to 1. I think those were 2 huge plays for us. So we did make some plays, but you know what? Big-time players got to make big-time plays in big-time games.
Roy, it's been a while since Joel had scored quite as well as he did tonight. Did you see anything different in him in the days leading up to this, or did you sense this kind of thing coming, or what do you think it was?
His first shot went in, he got a little more enthused. The second one went in, he got a little more, and the third one went in, he got a little more enthused. And in the second half, I don't think he shot very much in the second half. He didn't shoot a single 3 in the second half. So they were trying to crowd him at the three-point line, so we took it to the basket and made a couple of layups for us too.
He did not cool off after you took him out after his third 3, but do you ever worry about taking
No.
him out amid a hot streak? Or?
No, because he played, that was it, the 12-minute timeout. He'd been there in there over 8 minutes. I'd rather have a fresh guy than a guy that's sucking wind out there.
Roy, besides the emphasis on the inside, you also seem to do a better job defending the 3, getting out or running them off the line. Can you talk a little bit about how?
Well, that was one of our 3 biggest emphasis. I mean, they made 13 threes in Durham. We made 4 of them, outscored us by 27 points. It was hard for us to make that up for the inside play. So it was a huge factor for us. And in the second half, they didn't seem to shoot it as well. Some of them were open too, but I think we did bother them. They were 3 for 11 in the second half. But that was one of the 3 biggest emphasis we had.
How do you do that?
A little more effort, a little more intelligence. You know, over there, we got to start penetrating, we would run off and leave a 3-point shooter. That was 2 of them. One time we didn't help on the weak side. That was another one. Twice they looked us in the eye and faked, looked down at our feet and jumped up and shot it right in our face. I don't think they made any of those today.
The way people have talked about the ACC being possibly the best league ever, to win it by 2 full games, what does that mean to you?
You know, winning the league, winning by 2 games is something we'll always be proud of. And I think it is the best league. I think top to bottom, there's no league in the country like it. Now we've got to back it up and do in postseason what we did last year. I think we showed everybody we were the best league last year with what we did in postseason. But up until this point, you know, we've sort of shown that we're the champions.
Take 2 more quick ones, please. Our players are probably ready for you.
Coach, Justin Jackson struggled at Virginia the other night, and he also struggled a little bit tonight. What do you think he needs to do to get his footing back? How much do you credit that to the defensive work he's doing?
Well, I think the most of it was the defense looked and then that forced him to rush it. He didn't rush it because they were sitting there just letting him do anything he wanted to do. London really got after him the other night. He rushed a couple of shots, and I think they really emphasized getting to him today. He rushed a couple of shots early. Missed a couple that I just knew he was going to make that one on the far side of the second half over there when it was wide open, but it did go in. But you guys that have been around here, it's always tough to be the main dog because the other team's coming after you. And the guys who can score when the other defense is aimed at them, and they're still successful, that means you're pretty doggone good. One more?
Yes, sir. One more if there's one.
Coach, at one point in the game, it looked like you were upset with the student section, and they were yelling at Harry Giles. Was that the case?
Is that what?
Was that the case?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to do that. Every time you yell overrated, the team scores the next basket. They yelled overrated, you made that go free throw. We're intelligent. We go to North Carolina. Don't piss off the other team by being stupid. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.